behind the play. Carlin Bopoulos, I think, saw that flag coming. Started clapping his hands right away. Number 51, one of the linebackers for Melvindale Cardinals. And this penalty could really help their defense at this point, as Carlson's just been moving the ball on the ground at will and eating up that clock. There was over 6.5 minutes remaining when this drive started, and they've taken over 3 minutes off the clock. And we do get a big holding call. Not a lot of penalties in this ball game. It's been fairly cleanly played.
Just straight ahead, up the middle play. One of the few mistakes by Carlson's offensive line here in the second half. It'll march him back, though, for a long first down play.
First and about 20. Sweats on the ground. He'll pick up 3 or 4. Now Melvindale. I've got them unofficially with 2 timeouts left. That could be wrong. They might just have 1. There was a timeout there called that I thought they gave to Carlson, but it might have been the Cards. We'll see when they start using their timeouts. Inside of 3 minutes. Scott Ash sweating it out. Ron Adams wants to get his offense the ball back, so I'm sure he's worrying about what offensive plays to call, but his defense has to get it back for him. Here's Sweats trying to get to the outside. Sweats on his feet. Did he get knocked out of bounds? If he did, that's what the Cards wanted. Clock will keep rolling. That's a big play by Sweats to stay in bounds and keep the clock running.
Kind of unusual to see the big man heading for the outside like that. I'm sure Dan Sweats gets most of his yardage between the tackles, but they've used him quite a bit tonight. Potent running attack for Carlson along with Brett LeBate.
Timeout called by the Melvindale Cardinals. So that's how big of a play it is. They could have saved that timeout if Sweats would have bounced out of bounds on that play, but Sweats did the veteran thing and stayed in bounds and kept the clock moving, forcing the Cardinals to call a timeout. So I've got them with 1 remaining, 2:24 on the clock, 7-6. Gibraltar Carlson leading Melvindale and Bazahari along with Rick Chapo, Jay Strasser, and the entire TV3 sports crew here at beautifully refurbished Cardinal Stadium in Melvindale. It's been everything we expected and maybe a little bit more. What we're going to look for, though, is something big to end this game with, as we've had 1 big play by Ken Bruno. If they get the ball back, can he pull off another one? Big crowd on hand. Is Melvindale trying to get that pride back. 3rd down and 11. Sweats in motion. Here's LeBate. He'll get hit in the backfield and thrown for a loss. Nick Carlin-Bopoulos.
Nick Carlin-Bopoulos shooting through that gap and putting it on Brett LeBate for a big loss. As Melvindale will call timeout again. This is a bigger decision for Carlson here as to what they might think about doing. A punt really isn't a bad play here. I think they could possibly have Melvindale way down in their own zone depending on what kind of kick they get.
Well, you would expect they're going to be booting it away. You're not going to give the ball back to Melvindale out near midfield. It's 4th down now and 14 yards to go, so I would expect they're going to boot it. I believe that was Melvindale's last timeout, so I think their timeouts are spent with 2:10 left. But Melvindale, the 3 words that this program now lives by under Scott Ash, the new AD and 2nd-year head coach, is dedication, discipline, and desire. And they've got that all over Melvindale. He's trying to garner community support, and it looks like he's done it. The stands are full here tonight, and his Cardinals are right in this football game. They're 1 play from winning this thing. Difference in this game, an extra point by Dan Sweats. So now Jim Mendek will punt it away. Ken Bruno and Rigo Velasquez back. Special teams have played a big part in deciding this one so far. He dropped the snap, and he's going to run with it. Oh, my gosh. And he's tackled at the 45-yard line. The Cardinals with great field position as Jim Mendek had the low snap. He could not handle it, and instead of trying to boot it away, he took off with it, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Just a